owner who imports steel products from China. Here's my 2 cents on steel tariffs. We make these, and this is the insane part about, why we do and why like all American companies are making stuff in China versus America. In short, I mean, if you want to skip this video, what it's about is Americans are a bunch of babies, and they're hard to work with. So we make these boxes. They're self-checkout kiosks in China, manufactured, powder-coated, packaged, shipped. This is, I think, well, before shipping, I'm probably $250 into this box. We send this design that we made to, we've been making these for like 6 years, like no problems. And then we send, tariffs got a little scary, so we send the designs to a bunch of companies in America. And all I'm getting are these emails about, well, how many are you going to make? If you're not going to make 500 at a time, we can't work with you. And then then maybe they can, they'll say, we'll make it. It's a huge pain in the ass for us, but we'll do it. But then, they want like $1,000 or $1,200, not powder coated, not packaged, not shipped. And like, to give you an example, I mean, we get these like, these custom like styrofoam, pieces that we put that are molded like around, the front of this that, the other piece of styrofoam like fits this perfect. And so they're not powder coating them. They're telling us you got to come get them and take them to a powder coater, and we're not going to help you with that. Or like, so basically with a whole bunch of kicking and screaming, I can get an American company to make this for maybe $1,200, not powder coated, no packaging, no shipping. And I get this for like $250 in China. And then China says, like, how many do you want? You want 5 pieces? You want 100? You want 500? We don't care. And then, but the biggest thing I'm running into with American companies is that they're coming back and they're just saying like, well, how are we supposed to make this? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I gave you CAD designs. Like, look at the CAD designs. And they're like, but we don't know if, you're not telling us if we should weld this corner on here. And then they're sending me back these pictures of like the thing kind of taken apart. And they're like, you need to tell us like that you want this corner welded here, and then that you want this piece bent, and what. And I'm like, I'm not a metal shop, man. We're a software development company. Like, I have no idea what equipment you have and how. If you're gonna laser cut a piece first and then you bend it and then you weld it to this other piece, like that's not my job. You're the metal shop. That's your job. You should know. I should give you a CAD design. You should know. Like, okay, we see what you're doing here. We'll cut it up our own way, and we'll make it with the equipment that we have and the know-how that we have. Like, we'll get it done. Because that's, I mean, basically that's the difference. I give this to China, and they say no problem, and then 6 weeks later, I have these beautiful boxes in my hands for 1/10 of the price of America. And so even if the tariffs end up being the original 25% tariff plus the 10% that he just added, plus another 25% on steel products, I'm probably still going to make them in China because I don't have to deal with Americans. And on top of all that, like, you add another 60% to what I'm paying, I bet they're still cheaper to do in China with 1,000,000 times less headache. Like, I hate working with American companies so much. There are no words for me to describe how horrible of an experience it is working with American companies, especially in the steel industry. So his whole idea of like, we're going to bring all these jobs back to America, like, he would probably have to put a 200% tariff on all things from China for me to stop making these in China, because I cannot find, and like I said, I've been doing this for 6 years, I cannot find a single American company that has been a breeze to work with. They've all been a fucking nightmare. And every single company I've ever talked to in China has just been like so easy to work with. Just, they'll tell you if they can do it or not, and then if they can't, they'll send you to their friend that does it, and they'll be like, these guys have the equipment, they can do it for you. So much easier. I can't, yeah. I mean, basically, all of these things we're doing is, I'm going to pay more for this, I'm going to raise my prices. my customers are going to pay more for this. They're going to raise their prices. The end user of this system is going to pay more. All of us are going to pay more because the Grand Cheeto is an idiot.